Hello everyone, I am the Architect and welcome back to Worlds Adrift. Today we're just going to take a quick little note, just want to take 3 minutes to talk about the ship designer. Now overall, this is a fantastic and great feature for creating truly custom and unique ships that is honestly just let down by its interface. Now, my main complaint lies with the editing nodes, so I'm going to stay top down for this just for a second. As an architect, I've used plenty of 3D modeling programs, and I just don't feel like the nodes here need to be nearly as large. On a PC, it's not too difficult to actually hit detailed spots with a cursor. You can see my cursor down there at the bottom. I don't have any problem just getting right into these little corners here. So I feel like these could use to be half, or honestly even a quarter, the size that they currently are. Now that may be a bit overkill, but fiddling with that I feel like is useful. And they also, whenever you click them, you notice that they get larger and they stay large. I don't feel like they need to do that. Just have them change color, I think would be plenty. With all these extra nodes and stuff, it's not hard to know what you have selected, really. Secondly, I feel like they're just way too bright. As you can see, everything here has this glow to it. I'm referring mostly to the bloom effect that you can see on everything, or this, I don't know what it looks like, this kind of Gaussian blur that's around everything. Especially whenever it's in a foggy area, because this is projected into the real world. It's very hard to see what you're editing, and also the cursor, follow my little dot cursor here, which I hope you can see in the YouTube video. You can see it tends to kind of get lost in here, and it's hard to see where the cursor is because everything glowing so much is like putting something up against the sun. Eventually, you just can't see it compared to the stuff in the background. They also tend to lack a lot of contrast between the colors for the wireframes and the dots, and the colors that are there don't tend to stand out in a incredibly useful way. I feel like, and this may sound like a contradiction to what I just said, but hear me out. I feel like the nodes should be a darker color. Like a dark blue for ones that are unselected, and maybe just a regular green for one that is selected. And again, I don't feel like they need to get larger. So like this dark blue that's right here on this oval node, I feel like that should just be a color for kind of all of these, and then maybe this green for whichever one is selected, because those two colors are great for distinguishing between each other. Next, remove this glow or reflection that's going on here, or at the very least, tone it down just a little bit, because I understand why it's there. It makes them easier to pick out and to see and everything, and gives it kind of that holographic feel that this table is supposed to be giving, but as it stands, it's more in the way as a user interface. Now that they're a darker color and they're not as glowy, make them transparent. About 25% transparent, 75% opaque, you know what I mean, just a bit see-through. And at the same time, make the wireframe of the ship solid white, like just a bright solid white color without too much glow, and make it completely opaque. That way, no matter what you are doing, no matter what node you have grabbed or what you are highlighting, you can always, at all times, see the frame over anything else, even through the nodes. This way you can see corners and small details as you edit them. Some indicators to show us where a deck is going to be created would be nice too, just to tell if we're like a little bit off. So say I bring this down just a little bit like that, and right here it's creating a deck. I know it will because it's pinned up against the ceiling, but if I bring this down just a little bit, there's a very, very minor change in there, and that may not be easily apparent, especially if you've got a whole bunch of layers. So there won't be a deck right there, but I would have a harder time knowing. So maybe just like a little gray X across the top or something, anywhere there's going to be a deck. I don't know, that's something to fiddle with later. Right now, my main issue is the size and brightness of these nodes getting in the way. I'd also love the ability to zoom in a little bit further. As an example, here's something that I'm currently working on. I want to get this side over here to be flatter and smaller. So I can click here, I can bring this down, and I just kind of have to look right here to see if I'm getting this lined up correctly. It's very hard for me to actually see what I'm doing. I can no longer see that line at all. No matter how I look at this, even when these aren't selected, it's impossible for me to see what's right there. So if I wanted to within finite adjust the angle like this, I can't see what angle that's at. See, and I mean, right now it's impossible for me to see what's going on. I just have to guess or pull back and then look at the ship floating above. I feel like if these were much smaller, had no glow to them, were a darker color and transparent, and the frame was maybe a bit bolder and a big solid color, that would help us be able to see, because then you could just see right through this. You would just see these little ghosted dots on here that would change color when you highlight them, but would never obscure the frame. It would always feel like they're just little ghosted blobs. I'm not sure how well that would actually look, which I know the aesthetic is a big part, but it's still, it would help with the function significantly. Still, I love this game. Just feel like giving my opinion as someone that uses a lot of modeling software. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from all of you. Either way, I'm the Architect. Like, subscribe, share, and remember you can catch World of Drift live streams as well as a variety of other games over on Twitch, so be sure to follow me there. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.